August 1598, in the northeastern province of Gangwon-do, the new mayor Tam-young happens to stay at Lord Young's ridge for the night and meets the beautiful mermaid trapped in a small pond of an inner garden. Tam-young, sympathized with the mermaid, sends her back to the sea for the sins of Lord Yang. Later on, Tam-young reincarnates as a con artist Ho Jun-jae in modern day. Making a lot of money by fraud, Jun-jae makes a little trip to an island where the mermaid lives. The mermaid, washed up into the resort swimming pool on the seashore, hides herself in Jun-jae's hotel room, tries to run away as she runs into him, but Jun-jae, who realizes that the mermaid's bracelet is worthwhile, steals it and abandons her. Undergoing some change of mind, Jun-jae eventually returns to the mermaid lost on the land. After facing the mermaid who was waiting for him, Jun-jae, feeling guilty, takes her to his lodge. And the mermaid falls into another new world as she explores Jun-jae's laptop. Meanwhile, a woman prudently conned by Jun-jae's con trio sends the gang to Spain to chase after Jun-jae, and Jun-jae, after falling from the cliff, is left alone on the sand with the bracelet and the pearl, with all his memories lost. He's confused in all situations, but barely arrives in Seoul and saves his neck by resolving the case of the fraud. And the mermaid, whose name is Shim-chung in modern day, also has to Seoul to keep her promise with Jun-jae, and the two reunite at the aquarium as Jun-jae saves her from a difficult situation once again. Meanwhile, the runaway murderer Ma Dae-young escaped from the prison, hovers around Jun-jae's house even by committing another murder. Chung, staying in Jun-jae's house for now, gets kicked out for hiding what happened in Spain, but Jun-jae, who began to develop feelings for her, wanders around her secretly and unnoticeably. And on the day of the first snow, Shim-chung, on her way to Namsan Tower to meet Jun-jae to confess her love, gets hit by a car whose driver was Ji-hyun, Jun-jae's half-brother. After finding out about the accident, Jun-jae runs to the ER and saves Chung at that door. Thankfully, Chung learns to communicate with humans while she's hospitalized. Meanwhile, the secretary Mr. Nam reveals the secret of Jun-jae's stepmom Kang So-hee and thus becomes comatose by Tae-young, who's on the same side with So-hee. Chung accidentally meets the human-like mermaid Jung-un, who was a veteran of the land life with more experiences. On the other hand, Jun-jae, deceived by Tae-young, who had Mr. Nam's cell phone, was almost killed by him but escapes with Namdo's help. Jun-jae prevents Chung from leaving and is relieved by the fact that she's still by his side. But he encounters Tam-young in his dream and discovers that the mysterious guy who threatened him is the escaped murderer Ma Dae-young. It's later revealed that he has also threatened Chung. Jun-jae continues to feel confused about Tam-young's identity, but keeps on sending messages by appearing in his dream. And Jun-jae and Namdo, invited by Jinju to her house, realizes that the house they went for a fraud was their friend Shia's house. Chung finally finds out that Jun-jae is a con artist, as he also finds out about Chung's secret. Chung, disappointed by Jun-jae, leaves the house, and Jun-jae's lost memory returns as he searches around to find Chung. However, on the day when Jun-jae and Chung decided to meet, Jun-jae gets caught by Detective Hong and contacts Chung for an ominous hunch, but she's already kidnapped by Tae-young. Tae-young, believing in the memories of past lives like Jun-jae, runs away after finding out about the mermaid's secret. Jun-jae rather chooses to see the ending of his dream and sees the tragic fate of Tam-young and the mermaid. And at the same time, Tae-young also finds out about his ending. Jun-jae decides not to repeat the unfortunate fate of the past and protect Chung to the very end. Meanwhile, Yuran, Jun-jae's lost mom, finds out about Jun-jae and calls So-hee to account. Namdo abruptly finds out that Chung is a mermaid and tries to take advantage of her, but Chung erases his memory with her ability. Jun-jae finds out about Chung's heart that's terminally ill. At the moment, Chung also realizes that Jun-jae was able to hear her telepathic voice. Jun-jae tells Chung about the secrets of 400 years ago, but conceals them as a happy ending. Mr. Ha, Jun-jae's dad, gets discharged from the hospital and gets locked up in his room by the stepmom and Ji-hyun. And the shocking fact that Ji-hyun killed Damyoung and the mermaid 400 years ago is finally revealed. On Chung's birthday, she invites all her friends from Yunnan to homeless fashionista. Junjae and his lost mom finally reunite by Chung, who has also invited the mom to the party. The mom tells Junjae that Kang Ji-hyun is actually Kang So-hee, and he realizes that his dad is in danger right away. In the end, Junjae breaks into his dad's house. At the same time, Chung was planning to lure Taeyoung to erase his memory, but instead finds out about the tragic fate of Junjae and herself in his recollections. Junjae plans to bring back his dad with the help of Detective Hong, but the dad ultimately dies. With the death of President Ho, Junjae and Detective Hong speed up the investigation and eventually succeed in finding the evidence with Chung's help. Meanwhile, Ji-hyun approaches Namdu, suggesting to work together, but Namdu, who chooses friendship, helps Junjae to catch stepmom and Ji-hyun. Chung gets shot instead of Junjae, but with a remarkable recovering ability, happens to survive. Ji-hyun ultimately commits suicide. Junjae finds out that Chung is slowly dying, and so he decides to send her back to the sea with the last kiss. 3 years later, Chung, completely recovered in health, returns to the land and to the people with no memory of her. But there was one and only person who did not forget about her. It was Junjae, who recorded his every day to not to erase Chung from his memory and waited for her for as long as 3 years. Junjae and Chung finally get married and live happily ever after.